Ever wondered how to create your own video game using Unreal Engine 5? Well, you're in for a treat. Unreal Engine 5 is a state-of-the-art game engine designed to bring your creative visions to life. Whether you're an indie developer or part of a larger studio, this engine empowers you to produce games of the highest caliber. Imagine crafting detailed, immersive worlds with the click of a button, or designing characters that move and interact with their surroundings in ways that blur the line between virtual and reality. Unreal Engine 5 combines cutting-edge technologies like dynamic global illumination and advanced physics simulation to make this possible. But what truly sets Unreal Engine 5 apart is its user-friendly interface. Even if you've never written a single line of code, you can create a game that might just become the next big hit. So, are you ready to dive into the world of game development with Unreal Engine 5? Let's get started. First things first, understanding the interface is key. Now let's delve into the heart of Unreal Engine 5, its interface. Imagine it as an artist's palette filled with tools to craft your masterpiece. It's divided into several key areas. Starting with the viewport, this acts as your window into the virtual world. It's where you'll see the fruits of your labor come to life. Then we have the content browser, your personal library of assets. It's here where you'll store and access all the 3D models, textures, and scripts that you'll be using in your project. Next up is the World Outliner, a handy tool that acts as the blueprint of your game world. It lists all the objects in your scene, making it easier to select, manage, and organize them. It's your game world's table of contents. Getting comfortable with these components is like learning a new language. Once you have a solid grasp of the interface, you're ready to start creating. Now, the first step in creating a game is starting a new project. So let's dive right in. In Unreal Engine 5, go to the File menu and select New Project. A dialog box will pop up with a variety of options. Here you get to choose your project template. This is where the magic begins. There's a smorgasbord of choices, from first-person shooter to virtual reality, and each template comes with its unique set of assets and settings. Choose the one that aligns best with your vision for the game. Don't worry, you can always customize later. Once you've chosen your template, it's time to give your project a name. Make it something memorable. Save your project in a dedicated location on your hard drive for easy access. Now click Create Project and voila, the foundation for your game is set. With your project set up, it's time to start building your game world. Creating a game world is where the real fun begins. The world you build is the stage where all your game's action will unfold. It's like painting a canvas, but instead of a flat surface, you're working with a three-dimensional space. Let's start with the Landscape tool. It's a powerful feature that enables you to mold the terrain just as a sculptor would with clay. You can shape mountains, carve valleys, and even form rivers and lakes with a few mouse clicks and drags. Remember, variety is key. A diverse landscape can make your game world more engaging and visually appealing. Next up is foliage. Unreal Engine 5 has an impressive foliage system that allows you to paint trees, grass, and other vegetation directly onto your terrain. You can define different types of foliage and adjust their density to create lush forests, sparse deserts, or anything in between. Don't be afraid to experiment. The goal is to create an environment that feels alive and immersive. Now let's talk about objects. These are the buildings, props, and other elements that populate your game world. Unreal Engine 5 provides a vast library of pre-built objects, but you can also import your own models. When placing objects, consider how they contribute to the overall aesthetic and gameplay. A well-placed object can serve as a landmark, a cover, or a puzzle element. Lastly, we have lighting. Lighting is more than just making your game world visible. It sets the mood and can significantly enhance the visual quality of your game. Unreal Engine 5 offers a range of lighting tools, from directional lights that simulate sunlight to point lights for indoor scenes. Play with shadows, colors, and intensity to evoke the right emotions in your players. Building a game world is a creative process. It involves a lot of trial and error, but that's part of the fun. Feel free to iterate and refine until you're satisfied with the result. Remember, the world you build is not just a backdrop. It's an integral part of your game's experience. Now that you've built your world, it's time to bring it to life. Characters and their actions are what make a game engaging. So how do we breathe life into our virtual world through characters and animation? Let's dive right in. First off, adding characters to your game world in Unreal Engine 5 is a straightforward process. Navigate to the content browser and click on Add New. Here you'll see an option for character. Click on it and you're halfway there. You can either create your character from scratch using Unreal Engine's character creation tools or import one you've created elsewhere. But what's a character without movement, right? That's where Unreal Engine 5's robust animation tools come into play. If you've got a character model ready, you can add a skeleton to it. This skeleton, or rig, is what you'll animate to make your character move. The skeleton tool in Unreal Engine 5 allows you to create and modify these rigs with ease. Now, onto the fun part, animation. Unreal Engine 5 boasts a comprehensive suite of animation tools. To start animating, you'll want to open the Animation tab in the Content browser. Here you can either import pre-existing animations or create your own using the Animation Editor. To create an animation, you begin by setting keyframes. Each keyframe represents a specific pose for your character. By setting these keyframes at different points in time, you create the illusion of movement when the game is played. But that's not all. Unreal Engine 5 also offers blend spaces, a feature that allows you to blend multiple animations together. This gives your character a more natural and fluid movement, enhancing the overall player experience. And there you have it. You've now got characters in your world and they're moving about, adding life to your game. But remember, a game isn't just about characters and animations, it's about interaction. It's about making the player feel a part of this world you've created. With your characters animated, you're ready to add some interactivity. Interactivity is what differentiates video games from other forms of media. It's the magic ingredient that pulls players into the game world, making them active participants rather than passive observers. And the key to unlocking this magic in Unreal Engine 5? Blueprints. Think of blueprints as the DNA of your game. They define how everything behaves, from the grandest dragon to the smallest pebble, and the best part? You don't need to be a coding wizard to use them. Blueprints use a visual scripting system that's intuitive and powerful, letting you create complex interactions with just a few clicks. Let's start with character movement. In Unreal Engine 5, this is as simple as dragging and dropping the right nodes onto your blueprint. Want your character to jump? Just connect the jump action to your character's blueprint. Need them to sprint? There's a node for that too. And with a bit of fine-tuning, you can make your character move exactly how you want, whether that's the graceful glide of an ice skater or the lumbering gait of a giant. But interactivity isn't just about player characters, it's also about the world around them. That's where enemy AI comes in. With blueprints, you can script enemies that react to the player's actions, creating dynamic and unpredictable encounters. Whether they're stealthy predators that stalk the player from the shadows, or fearless warriors that charge straight into battle, blueprints make it possible. And what about the objects in your game world? With blueprints, they too can become interactive. From doors that swing open at the player's approach, to ancient artifacts that unleash powerful spells when touched, the possibilities are endless. However, the true power of blueprints lies in their flexibility. They allow you to experiment, iterate, and fine-tune your game until it feels just right. And with Unreal Engine 5's real-time feedback, you can see your changes come to life in an instant. Now that you've added some interactivity, you're ready to test your game. So go ahead, dive in, and start playing. After all, that's what games are all about. It's always important to test your game thoroughly before sharing it with others. That's where Unreal Engine 5 shines with its inbuilt testing tools. To test your game, select the play button on the toolbar, and voila, you're in your own gaming world. You can interact with the environment, characters, and objects just like any player would. This allows you to spot any bugs or glitches that need fixing. Once you're satisfied with the testing, it's time to share your masterpiece. To export your game, go to File, then Package Project. You can choose the platform you want your game to run on, be it Windows, Mac, iOS, or Android. Remember, the export process might take a while, depending on the complexity of your game, so sit back and let Unreal do its magic. Congratulations! You've just created your first game with Unreal Engine 5. It's time to share this immersive experience with the world. So, let's take a moment to recap what we've learned. Today, we've embarked on an exciting journey unraveling the potential of Unreal Engine 5. We began by understanding the interface, which serves as the foundation for everything else to follow. Next, we dived into creating a new project, a blank canvas for our gaming masterpiece. Our journey continued as we built our game world, crafting landscapes and environments that would captivate our players. We then breathed life into our world by adding characters and animation, each character a unique thread in the rich tapestry of our game's narrative. The essence of gaming lies in interactivity, and we learned how to infuse our game with interactive elements that engage and challenge our players. Finally, we tested and exported our game, a crucial step in bringing our creation to the gaming community. And there you have it. With Unreal Engine 5, creating your own video game is just a few steps away. Thanks for watching, and happy game developing. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our AI-related video.